Begin Within Ministries proudly presents Sofa Sundays with your hosts, Reverend Dr. Michelle Izugwu and Reverend Jeannie Sovereigns. Sundays at 11:11 a.m. Arizona time and rebroadcasts on Mondays at 7 p.m. Mountain Time. Come join us on the sofa every Sunday morning. Sofa Sundays with Michelle and Jeannie. Learn more at www.beginwithinministries.com. In partnership with New Thought Media Network.
That part is like already on there. It's not room audio.
No, when I tested it earlier,
Oh.
the microphone. There you go. He fixes it every
There
time.
we go. All right.
He fixes it every time.
See, Evie's all like, no sound. Yeah, we're
Thank
here.
you, Evie.
Can you undo that part so we can see ourselves?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because
It
we're
helps.
like that, and that way it shows if I'm, bending a certain way that makes me look fat.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, already on the sofa this morning.
That's how it
What am I
goes.
gonna do with her? I don't know.
I don't know, but
You look odd. This is one of my favorites.
I know this is one of my
My
favorites too.
favorite.
It's
I love it.
my peacock dress. This is my nod to
And I do
Reverend
have the
Gina.
green. I match
There
the
you
green.
go.
I try.
Yeah, I was late
Very,
sending out
very
my
hard for me, but I try.
email today.
Yeah, that's all your fault.
It is, yeah. I was
That's why I
like,
ran late this morning and everything. It's all because you didn't send that out.
oh, I see how it is. Well, you came with pumpkin spice coffee, so I'm all right with it.
So all is forgiven.
There you go. Well, welcome. We are here at the Unleash Your Life Studios located at 7220 North 16th Street between Northern and Glendale in Phoenix, Arizona, building A1. You'll know that because the girls are on the door.
This is the home of Reverend Dr. Michelle Whittington's wonderful, amazing practice. She's got classes here. She's got a full year-long course that's gearing up to start year 4, I believe.
Is it 4 or 3?
Is it?
It's 4.
4.0.
It is year 4. Yeah.
4.0 is coming up, so you can still sign up for that. So you can go to unleashyourlife.us and check out what's going on there. There's lots of things, but that one I know there are people that have been doing this for coming up their 4th year coming up.
We got people in the
In the
congregational audience here that have to.
Yeah, that's a hybrid. It's a hybrid thing too, isn't it?
Right, you can do it
Right.
online. So if you're not in the Phoenix area, just like with Sofa Sundays, if you're not in the Phoenix area, we invite you to join us online via Zoom. And if you are in the Phoenix area, please come down. It's once a month. There's so much richness and meat to this program to find out more about you. And I will say for myself, I think it took me to year 3 to be able to really sink my teeth into everything. So
It's not the same year after year.
Oh no.
No, this woman is
Yeah, she
creative.
comes up with new
It's
things,
okay.
and it's also based on the people in the program itself. So she asks us what we would like to work on throughout the year
Nice.
and develops what that's going to be from that. So as an example, this last time period, we did some grief work because a lot of people were dealing with different types of grief, from loss of pets and spouses and parents and homes to, jobs, etc. And we had a grief expert who's actually in the class, Jillian Floss. So it absolutely is something that, you know, you can find what you need.
Nice.
And it's, yeah,
That's
I love it.
awesome.
And it's affordable. So let me tell you that if you're like, oh, I can't do a year-long program, it's very affordable. So contact with Michelle because you can do monthly payments and for less than what it costs for Circle K coffee a day, you can be in this class. Are you playing with my necklace,
I had to
lady?
fix it.
Yeah.
I gave you that. I know how it's supposed to look. Yeah. I love when you
That's
wear
why
that.
I wore it today. I was like, do you know,
Such a beautiful necklace. I love that necklace.
we are coming up on, speaking of years,
Oh,
we are coming up on year 3.
no, finishing year 3.
We started in 22.
22,
So our first full year was 23.
23,
24. Oh my gosh. Finishing year
Yeah.
3. Jeez Louise.
You know how I know?
Huh.
Because this handy dandy
The
notebook
thing
says,
says it's 3.0.
I know.
I guess I lost a year somewhere, people.
Well, it just sounds weird to be on year 4. Like, it's like, what? How? What?
Right? We're going to be 4
Right.
years old.
We're going to be 4 years old, and we have a whole new journal coming out for our members. I'm sorry, our partners will get this book, but it's going to be in a book form. It's going to be in a nice upgrade
Yeah.
from this, which I thought this was great too. But it's going to be upgrade from this. So that's coming, and yeah, we have a lot of stuff coming up next year, and we're really
We do.
excited. Yeah.
We do.
So
So,
yeah, 4 years old.
wow.
The official anniversary is
Actually,
December
today-
4th, isn't it?
Well,
Is the official,
the official,
but we secretly,
right, because we had a soft open.
we did.
And today would have been, today is the
Official.
anniversary of the soft open.
Aw.
So, yeah,
I know, that was a magical,
it really was.
I don't like what I wore that day, but that was a magical, I know, when I saw the video, I'm like, really, that's what I chose to wear?
That's what I chose to wear my first time. Actually, I wear it so I won't wear my dress until we do our celebration in the beginning of December. But I will wear the same dress every year.
Oh,
Yeah, that's what I've decided now because,
oh goodness,
yeah. So,
It's not open.
oh, keys are in here then.
Yeah, I looked.
I actually locked the doors.
Your phone's just right there.
there we go.
Thank you, honey.
So if you were calling Michelle, she doesn't have her phone. So,
I
but
would
if you
pick
are
up now
calling
anyway.
Michelle, or if you're like my
I'm at
family,
church.
or if you're like my family of heathens who like to text me at 11:15 on a Sunday for whatever reason, almost every Sunday, and I'm like, heathens, I'm in church. So,
And I'm on the stage.
yeah, right. I can't pick up.
I
One of
know,
these
the
days I'm
one running
going
it.
to. One of these days I'm
Oh,
going
just
to
for fun.
just for fun. So
Just
yeah,
for
what's
fun.
going on? You know, you're live.
Yeah, say whatever it is.
In the
It's so
world.
important for you to say right now.
Right, yeah, that you could have
Okay,
waited an
you're
hour
right.
or called me an hour ago. Anyway, and so we gave you plenty of time to get here, get your coffee,
We
sit
rambled, so you
down,
get your
we
butts
rambled
here.
long enough.
Yes.
So,
Because you're
Jack,
never late to get here to the sofa,
This
just
is
so you
true.
know.
this is true.
Yeah.
Alrighty, so we ready to start?
I don't know, I feel like a wild energy day. Must be the guests in the room. I don't know.
That could be.
I'm all- I'm all
A wild
excited
energy
today.
day. Could be the rain. Yeah, I've been singing Milli Vanilli all week. Blame it on the rain. Because, you know.
Oh my God, I just can't wait to see what we talk about today.
Yeah, it's just awesome.
All right.
You want to pray us
So
in? or You
let's
want
do
me
it.
to?
No, I can do it.
Alrighty.
Let's get on with it. Oh. I always like a deep breath when I hear that. To release into the sound. Coming into this moment. Coming into this present time. The now. Releasing anything before this time. Anything that's happened this morning. Just let it go. Just let it go for now. And anything coming up this afternoon, any of the worries or the things that you need to do, or you want to remember something, just let it go for just a little while. Knowing that you can pick it back up as soon as our time here is complete. But for now, we are here together. We recognize the oneness, power, the presence that we are. We recognize the energy, the love that we are. We sit in that for a moment. And from that awareness, I speak my word for our time this morning, knowing that it is divinely guided, knowing that as we allow ourselves to be present, to be here fully and completely, we receive what is ours to receive. We take in the sharing, the ideas, the laughter, the joy, the connection. We take it all in. And I'm grateful to be a part of this. I'm grateful for this time being set aside as we explore today's topic. I'm grateful for everyone here present, everyone hearing the sound of my voice and beyond. And we send our love, our light out into the world, knowing that it comes back tenfold. So I release my word this morning. I release this prayer, knowing that it is already done in the mind of God. And together we say, and so it is.
All right. There we go. Thank you. So today, week 47 of the year.
And I'm on the wrong day. 47.
47.
How did this happen?
Of the year.
This is all that's left. This is
I,
all that's left of the year.
I'm amazed. I'm amazed. Seriously, that, this year has gone by with all the things
So much has happened.
Things in the world and our
Yes.
lives and, the quantum field of possibilities.
Yeah,
Just so much stuff has happened, as it does every year.
right. True.
And, I just feel very good in this space in my life, right? Which goes to the topic. I acknowledge every good thing in my life.
Yes.
So I posted a few days ago on the Sofa Sundays group page about that. To take that moment, and I was talking about my first cup of coffee, and True believes I should be drinking water instead of coffee on my first cup of coffee.
Oh, look, he's so cute.
Because I do it while I'm on my bike. So True
He's just freaking
thinks that water would be better.
And I said, but there is water.
There
in
is
coffee.
water in coffee.
That's a True went like this.
A little bit.
I
yes.
like when True forgets his headphones at home because he
Right?
participates.
Because now he has to participate with
You're
us.
so
Yeah.
cool. You just don't even know. I'm talking about True Davis, who's in the house today. He's all things extraordinary. He sets up, well, this morning, Jeannie set this up because I made True late, but normally he sets up our stage, he gets our tech going, and then he just, kind of is here if we need him. So we appreciate you back there. And I do like that you have to focus on us today.
Yeah,
I like it.
that's it, So, but before you have your first cup of coffee, wherever you have your first cup of coffee, to take a moment and think about things you're grateful for that make your life good, and maybe aren't the first things to come to your mind. Like we generally all go, I'm grateful for my health, I'm grateful for my spouse, I'm grateful for my job. We have all these things that we're grateful for that are kind of your standard gratitude list.
Yes.
My challenge, if you will, this week before the big day of Thanksgiving is to look for those gratitudes that aren't on your basic gratitude list. Like your cat's slow blink or your dog's stretch, the misty rain on the mountains today. I drive the 51 to get here, and it really was gorillas in the mist this morning.
Oh.
And, just the different things, sometimes like even the pile of the rug underneath your feet, that we can be grateful for. And anybody that deals with any kind of sinus issues ever in their life, grateful that I can breathe in and out. Just the different things there that we tend to maybe bypass when it comes to recognizing how good our life actually is.
I love that. And that reminds me of the gentleman that I talked about a few weeks ago that posted something on Instagram saying that we notice so much of the negative all the time. And he wonders if it's because the good is just always there. It's just so steady. There's so much of it that we just don't even notice it anymore. And then this little negative things jump up, and that's what we focus on. And it made me really think, like, wow, I love he said it much better than me, but I love how he put that realization in my mind that just to look around and take a moment at all the good things. There's so many good things, and our topic being, I acknowledge every good thing in my life. How you would never end. Every good thing, you would never end. It would go on and on and on.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, people that do a gratitude practice, I'm sure that in the beginning they go, I'm going to do gratitude every night.
Mm-hmm.
And then every night it's the same top 10, right? Your top 10 list. And after a while you go, this is stupid.
Mm-hmm.
All right, this is just going to have to be the standard. I'm going to go after the top 10 list. And that's when the stuff really gets good. And then you might even have a top 20 where you're like, yeah, I say that all the time. Push that up. Let me see what the next set is, until you really get to that nitty gritty stuff, and then I think you start to have that awareness, like, there's a lot of good shit in my life.
Yes.
Over and over. What am
Yes.
I whining about? What am I complaining about? If the man on the hill who has nothing can smile, what am I doing? There's every good thing. Oh my gosh. It's such an awareness. And this world, the experience of the current reality of the world today teaches the opposite. It shoves the opposite into
Right.
everything.
Well, because
the negative.
With negative thing, like you said, it catches your attention.
Yes, right.
I can recall in early sobriety, my first year sober, in California, we did things a little different than here in Phoenix, but like when it was a 1 year, somebody would give you a cake and they'd pass a card around and stuff. And I don't know, there was like 100 people in this meeting and one person didn't sign. I was like, what is wrong with her? Why doesn't she like me? Like, I was so focused on the one person who didn't sign the card that I made it my goal. Like, so my sobriety date's in July. I made it my goal to invite her to my Thanksgiving dinner that year.
Oh, funny.
Yeah. And you know what? She was a crazy person. I didn't like her.
We are authentic.
I'm
Come on,
so
just
authentic.
little public service announcement. We are very authentic.
That was
So
28 years ago.
That's
I
our
didn't,
whole. That's our whole premise. Is we
Yeah.
just whatever happens
Yeah.
up here.
But, I'm
No,
just
but,
saying, I focused so
On
hard
the negative.
on
one thing.
somebody that I thought, this negative aspect, that they never even thought to look at what I wanted, what I thought, what I felt, because I was concentrating on the negative.
Yeah.
I was listening to Dr. Wayne Dyer on the way here talk about, he has a book called Wishes Fulfilled. And he was talking about the book and how if we concentrate, to manifest, if we are experiencing the emotion of what we want to see happen. So if we experience the emotion of the weight loss, what it feels to be healthy and strong and wearing size whatever you want to wear, or the abundance and prosperity, if we experience that emotion of having all this money that we can spend, spare, and share, so somebody comes into your world and says something like, well, how's it going, chubby? Like, if you are truly in that emotion and that feeling of that, this person's not going to derail you, right? Like that's a whole like, yeah, I'm feeling great. I'm awesome. I'm this, that, and the other thing. You know, they won't derail you. However, if you allow that to come in, if you accept that negativity,
Right.
then now you've been derailed.
Yeah.
And everything that you did to work up to it, right, and getting that is now gone, and we've got to start it over again. So having the strength to believe in yourself and hold that true regardless of what it is that you'd like to see manifested in your life, to have that strength and hold that is harder than it sounds, right? I mean, yeah, like, you know, let's be authentic about that. People throw us off. We, you know, somebody hurts our feelings, and then that's it. You know, somebody who's still in their 50s said something about, I look like a cute old lady. Excuse me? Now, if you are 45 or below and say that, okay, you're right, I am a cute old lady. However, if you are
yourself,
However, if you were in your
You're
50s,
young,
if you were in your 50s and older and call me old, but my feelings got hurt. And I was like, oh my goodness, why? Do I feel old? No, I do not.
Invite her to Thanksgiving.
Right?
Oh,
Yeah, there you go. She'll be invited
Christian
to
says invite her
Thanksgiving.
to
That's going to be my new thing,
Yes.
right? Yeah.
Well, sorry, Dakota, we have to invite another person
Yeah,
to Thanksgiving.
Exactly. It's just funny what we will allow into our consciousness.
That's a book title.
What?
Invite him to Thanksgiving.
Invite them to Thanksgiving. There you go.
Yeah, how to deal
Yeah.
with people.
How to deal with people that hurt your feelers.
Yeah, you just hurt my feelings. Here's our invitation.
Here's your invitation to turkey. Get some tryptophan in you.
I know. Yes, it's funny because if someone were to call me old, I don't feel like that's alignment with me, so it doesn't land with me. You know, and I'm 56 now, so I think about my mother at this age. I remember her 60th birthday party, and I remember that even in her 50s, she thought she was old, and she acted old, and she allowed her hair to come in and wasn't dyeing it, so she was a lot of gray. And she was plump, she was cute, she looked like a cute little old lady, but she wasn't old. And I would tell her, Mom, you are not old. I'm sorry, you are not old. I have clients in their 80s that are starting businesses. I had a client, literally an 86-year-old woman, start a new company, was bringing in lawyers, doing the whole thing, and it was like all this whole thing. And I had other clients in their 80s who were traveling around the world, going, I'm like, I'm sorry, it's in your mind. You have decided that you are this, and that's why you act like this, because I have women of all ages, you know, but there are times where I've seen commercials for a medication or something, and the woman on the commercial they've made her look like an older woman.
Mhm.
And then they say she's younger than me, 52, 53, and I'll be like, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, no.
Yeah.
No. Because 52, 53, no, what are you talking about?
Yeah,
She looked like
that's-
my grandma looked,
Right.
how my grandma dressed, you know? So it was just funny to me, how there's just, you can choose that, right? It's up to you to decide that for yourself. The world has all these, I mean, I know so many women in their 50s and 60s and their 70s who don't reflect that image of that woman for that
at all.
medication at all.
At all.
One of my clients I think she told me she was gonna be 80 this year, and if she walked in right now, you'd be like, no way, no way in the
We have
world,
friends like
no
that.
way. So
We
many people.
We have, yeah,
do you
I mean,
for?
we know people for sure. Like, I think of Susan, you know, like, no way,
Yeah,
right? And she's in
it's
her
a
80s.
mindset.
Yeah.
It's
It is
a mindset.
And especially new thought people,
Yeah.
right? I mean, the people we know that are in New Thought, that are in their 70s and 80s,
No, they're still causing trouble.
if you were to guess ages, you would say
can't.
50s and 60s.
You can't guess
If
their
that,
age. Yeah, and when they say 80, whatever,
You're like, what?
stop
Thank you.
it.
And I was thinking today talk about your, every good thing in my life. I was thinking today, about my older, wiser self and how old that
I
person
was gonna
is.
say, how old is she?
She's 98.
Yeah, see,
It's
that's what-
40
that's
years
what
from
I'm
now.
saying. That's what I'm
40
saying.
years from now. Do you know how many lives that is? I mean, that's like
I mean,
so many different
come on.
things that expand and do and happen during that time
Right.
period. You know, the only people that get older children, that's what I've decided. Like, you see a kid,
Well, look at him.
right?
Yeah.
I mean, I remember him as a 5-year-old. So, yeah,
I
he's
know, he
old
was
now.
so cute.
Yeah, and I
Yeah,
was thinking of
little
my grandsons, and you know, now Liam is 13 playing basketball, and I remember
Oh.
when Dakota had to put him on her shoulders to talk to the talking giraffe at
Oh my
Zoo
gosh, so
Lights, you
cute.
know. So, yeah, children are allowed to get old. There you go.
They like it, actually.
Older.
Yeah,
They like it.
Older. not-
older. Yes, they're allowed to get older.
They like it. They want to, so then
Exactly.
okay, right?
Exactly. I mean, my daughter is 33, which I find amazing
So is
since I'm
my
only
son.
28.
That's what my
So-
problem is. I know. If the
I don't
math
know how
doesn't
that
work,
the
the
math.
math doesn't work.
So
together.
that is mother math.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's mother
oh.
math.
See, I'll tell Jordan that because
Yeah.
one year I said that to him. I said, wait a minute, how are you 20, I think he was gonna be 21 or 20, I don't remember what it was, but I said, when I'm only 23, and he goes, stop it, mother. I go, what do you mean? I mean, I was joking around, but he got so serious. I go, what do you mean, stop it, mother? I am only 23 years old.
Well, if
I
you
should have said it's a mother math. Don't you know mother math? Oh my God.
if you ask people, how old are you in your mind?
Ooh.
If you ask somebody, how old are you in your mind? So not your biological age, your chronological age, but how old they think they are in their mind. Most people pick a 20s or a 30s age.
Yeah.
You know, that they have. Like mine's 27. I don't know why. I don't even know if that was a particularly good year. But to me, I don't feel like it's changed. Yes, I have learned things, and I've also learned less. You know, like I now know less than I did in my 20s, you know, about the world and life and experience. But thinking back, there's I've talked about them before, my prayer quad. We're going on a girls' trip next year, and I saw on Facebook this picture of some girls from their teenage years and a picture of 4 of them, and then they recreated the picture. So I found a picture of the 4 of us together, and I said, okay, this is what we're going to recreate when we get together. And I'm thinking about it, that was 30 years ago. Like, how have we been friends for 30 years?
That's crazy.
Right? Like, how did this happen?
Right.
Because I don't even feel that much older than that. So
Yeah, we were
time
born
is a
together.
construct, and it's,
It's
you know,
It
it's
is.
a
Thank
thing.
you.
it's a thing
Exactly.
that is not anything that we really need to pay attention to. If you are in today, in this present moment, in the now moment, then time doesn't matter. It will come and go, and it's what you decide to do with that, how you decide to move on and move forward with it.
Acknowledging every good thing.
Acknowledging every good thing.
That's what I recommend.
I do too. It's a very good thing.
It's a recommendation from the sofa. Acknowledge
Yes.
every good thing. Right?
Yes. So what are some good things?
Oh my goodness. So
Give me
many
a good thing
things.
today.
A good thing that has happened
Today.
today. Well, my husband stopped by before we went live.
There is that.
I got to see him. That makes me happy. You know, that I woke up. That's usually the first good thing that happens is the acknowledgement that I got to have another day. And I got to get my, you know, just even be present in this moment here. Like that is, I'm always trying to be really grateful that I'm still going and I'm still doing stuff. And because I have a lot that I still want to do.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like I always have said, God should have made me 3 people because I'm not sure how I'm supposed to get it all done. But it's not like I'm working, it's things I want to do, things that I want to create and accomplish that I'm, oh my gosh, you know. So yeah, I'm grateful, and I have so much good in my life. Sometimes I sit out and I take that little French bulldog wild animal thing we have. I'll take him out to go to the bathroom
He's
in the
so
morning.
cute.
He's so yummy. And he's out there doing whatever, and I'll just sit there and I look around. Right now, our front yard is overgrown because of all this rain.
Yes. Well, yeah.
And it just takes off when that happens. And so it's overcome, but I look at it and I'm just like, I love this yard and I love that all these plants grow here. And then I get these really big black, I don't know if you've ever seen them. This is the first time I've ever seen them in my life. They're about this big and they're black bumblebees. They look like little, they're like fur, full fur. They're this big. They're so big that when they grab the flower, the whole thing falls over and they're upside down doing their business because they're just heavy. They're big and they're fascinating. And they come and they love this one particular tree bush thing that I have that has purple flowers. And I sit and I just look at all the growth in there and everything just feels right.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the world just stops for a minute and everything feels good and right. And I think that's why it's so important to get out in nature. If you're feeling like, if you're feeling bad, a lot of times when we feel bad, what's the thing we want to do? We want to isolate in our rooms, right? Or indoors.
Under
and we
covers,
don't go out
yeah.
and we stay in. And sometimes people that I've talked to who do that, I'll say, do exactly the opposite of that. Whatever that tells you to do, that moment when you're in that state, I mean, I know it's hard to do it when you're in that state, but like, I think you really should do everything opposite of it. Because I think when you sit out in nature, in the sun, or even when it's like this outside, but you're around plants that are growing and that feeds you, that helps that mindset, you know, and I don't think we're supposed to be isolated, maybe from people. Maybe you got people that
Right,
are
be
not
out in
making you
nature
happy.
with no one else.
Yeah, be by yourself out there with plants. And sometimes I've touched my plants. I do talk to my plants, especially I have a certain tree that took her a while to get going, and they thought, well, maybe we should. The nursery people were like, well, she's probably not going to make it. We'll just pull it, get you another one. I'm like, oh, hold on now, calm down. I just asked you if it was still alive. If it's still alive, we're leaving her alone. Because I've had plants out here that have come out of nothing, and now it's a full-grown tree that protects my whole front yard. So like, we let things do their thing in this yard. So I said, no, if she's still alive. I just didn't know because it looked dead. And they're like, well, no, it's alive, but I mean, I'm like, just thank you. Well, now she's a tree. I mean, she's got all her leaves. She looks really pretty. And so I'll talk to her like, thank you for staying. Thank you for wanting to be here. And I, whatever. So I talk to my plants. In those moments, I feel connected. I feel calm and peaceful. So I recommend that. That's a really good thing. If you've got any plants around you, maybe you don't have a front yard like that. Maybe you have a house plant. I'm telling you, these things are powerful, and they do have emotional reactions
Because
to
we're
us.
all one.
Yeah.
We're all one. So that is that communion, that part is not just, feeding the plant in front of you. It's about that plant feeding you as well.
Totally.
And that experience or that connection is a reminder that we're all one.
And if you remember, we're breathing out what they breathe in. Like, it's automatic,
Right. There is that connection that,
And I've said before to friends, like people say, oh, I wish I could have a dog, or I wish I could have a cat. They live in an apartment. Like, get a plant. Have some living thing in your house. Have something that's, don't be there by yourself. I mean, even if you like being alone, I do that like my own time. But get something that's alive that you are caring for. That's something about that, especially if you're having a lower moment. There's that connection is important. So,
and I'm going to go one step further.
Yeah.
I don't think you need to have just something that's alive. As a crystal freak who loves rocks and crystals and that kind of thing, those are very and sage, burning sage and stuff. Water, anything that reminds you of the elements of this earth, I believe will ground you into the moment. So, because some people can't keep plants alive.
Oh, okay.
I have killed silk trees, people. I know. I walk by them, the leaves just start to fall from the tree. I don't know what happened.
Oh my God.
I
just have to water them.
I currently have
Not
two.
every day.
I currently have 2 dill plants in my kitchen window. We'll see how that happens. Well, it's fine because Dakota is such the gardener type of person who can make things grow. So it's okay.
It's okay.
It's okay. Yeah.
I don't know why this has hit me twice this telling. I have no idea why I'm telling. It doesn't seem like anything to me. But when I was a little girl, I got 2 cents for going to get the mail in the morning. My mother would give me 2 pennies, not in the morning, but in the afternoon. I'd get 2 pennies for getting the mail. And sometimes we were living in a house that we had just got, and so my parents were planting a lot of stuff in the yards. It was, a model home, so it didn't have any pre-existing plants. So we'd go to the nursery a lot. And one time I went with my dad and my mom, and we were at the checkout thing, and they had this little cart of these little fern plants. Remember the little fern plants? You can't find a fern plant like this particular one anymore. I've looked for them, but they're furry. They're really cool looking, really bright green, and I really wanted that. And I said, "Can I have that? Can I have one of those?" It was 50 cents. My mom said, "No, but you can save your pennies for that." I was like, oh, okay. So I did. I saved 50. I needed 53 cents with tax. So I went and got that plant. I named her Penny, and I put her in a pot. True story. I put her in a pot, and she kept growing. And so that Christmas, my mom bought me a bigger pot, a really pretty pot for her. So I started getting presents for Penny. Got a macrame holder, and it was just this whole thing about Penny. But it was something in my room that was mine, and she was alive, and I was responsible for her. And she and I, like if I had homework to do, I would put her on the table with me, and I did my homework, and she was there. And I just always had this really sensitivity of plants, and particularly this was my first of my own plant. And I've always had that sensitivity, and I just feel like, there's so many good things here. There's so many good things in our world, everywhere present, all the time. And it could be a simple little plant. Could be your favorite. I used to love rocks too. I used to collect. I had a pet rock that it was by the front door. It was literally my pet rock. And so I was very sensitive to the natural world. But I think when I think about a saying like this, or that guy who said that there's so much good that we only notice the negative because it sticks out, but we don't realize that that's why that's happening. Mm-hmm. We just think, oh, there's so much bad. No, it's because there's so much good, and that the other stuff pops out. So like to work to flip that, I think it will be so beneficial.
Absolutely. And I do think that our world is moving that way.
Yeah.
To flip that the more people who like stretch that, which it's a muscle, right? That's a muscle to look for the good. And then the more people who stretch that muscle and create that and look for it and share it, right? That's the other thing, is sharing that. Like, what do you do when somebody's sitting there saying, "Oh my God, did you see the news? And did you hear what happened today?" And blah, blah, blah. Like, is your first response like, "Oh yeah, I know," and you're jumping in there? Or is it you're like, "Yeah, I saw that end. Did you notice the full moon? Oh. Were you part of this whatever, great escape? Have you heard about goat yoga? No, seriously. Have you heard about goat yoga?"
She's one of the That sounds great.
There's a goat. Yeah,
there's a goats. They were so cute.
It's very, very cute, and it's out in Gilbert, and they have goat and alpaca yoga and sambal meditations, and I can't wait to go.
What happens if you just start playing with the goats? Because
I have a feeling they don't care, because they dress them up for the pictures and stuff. And I really think we should have like a Sofa Sundays field trip.
Let's do it. Can we do it?
Seriously.
Oh, they're saying yes.
This is what I'm talking about. So why
vote online. Vote online.
Vote online. Should we have a Sofa Sundays goat yoga experience?
Yes.
This is why we don't want to get caught up in all the things. I'm not saying ignore it, right? Keep yourself informed. Do what you need to do to be an active part of our world.
Yeah.
Just don't internalize that and create that depression and that anger and that part that brings you down, that keeps you inside yourself and inside your room with the shades pulled and in need of, desperate need of whatever. Let's remember that everything in balance. and that there is every good thing in your life.
Yeah, just don't let the all that negativity be the only thing.
Right. So I have some questions. What you got?
True.
True. I need you to take this to
Take
them.
the microphone
and ask
out
them.
into the audience.
Yes. Please tell me every good thing in your life. Every good thing.
Thank you. And Jeannie, I just gotta say, you gotta keep those alive. It's a very big deal. I've been waiting.
Thank you.
I've been waiting
Thank
patiently.
you.
Thank you. You know what? I'm grateful right now. I actually subscribe. There's something called Nice News, and I actually get it every day, and it's all the news stories like around
You
the
go
world that
post
are
that
actually
in the
positive.
Facebook group.
I'm not on social media, but I can give you guys the info
Okay.
and do that.
Nice.
Which I will say that I'm actually grateful right now. I've taken a digital detox this year, so I not only for myself, just because my own mental health, like I went off social media, and I also restricted my apps, and my whole life has changed where I can just focus more on the important things and be in the present moment, and so that's been really good.
Nice.
The other thing that really comes to mind is my cat. So I had 2 cats and one ran away and is hopefully it got taken in. She was really friendly, so I do believe that she's somewhere. But the other one, who is a little more skittish always, because the other one is really dominating, he actually has become the biggest love bug, and he plops on me all the time now, and it's allowed me to be present because he gets this like motor going on in his neck. And it literally is like him saying, I love you. And I'm able to go, I love you too, and just kind of pet him. And so I'm really grateful for that as well.
Yes, beautiful.
Yes.
That's the best when they turn on their little
Yes.
purr boxes and they're up at you like, oh my
Yes.
gosh. Oh,
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Just
I
those
got
little
a
moments.
loud
that
one like
up.
that.
my dog, my French bulldog purrs. Christian.
Mhm.
My French bulldog purrs.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
I didn't
Yeah.
know dogs do
Purrs.
that.
Yep.
He
Wow.
totally purrs. He'll come to you and then you grab him and you squeeze him and he goes,
Yeah.
you're like, oh my God, I love it.
My Siamese
Radiating
used to
love.
bark. So.
It is. It's when he's loving, cuddly, he does that.
Yes.
Oh,
I
it's
love
so
it.
sweet.
I have to second that about the cats. I have 4, and I've got one that I call Velcro because he will not stay off of me.
Aw, he's your
I like a
baby.
baby in my arms and purr, and he will, if I'm trying to keep him off and I have my arms closed, he'll like weave his way up into between my arms.
Aw.
And sometimes the others get jealous, and so I fell asleep on a chair the other day, and one of my others that rarely sits on my lap is on my lap when I woke up,
Aw.
because it was her chance.
Yeah.
So there's nothing better than medicine than having a cat
Yes.
purring on your lap.
Yes.
And there are many things I'm grateful for. I'm grateful that my sister and I have really gotten close. She lives in Australia, and
Hi, Chris.
Oh, hi,
so
hi, Chris. Hope you're on there.
we rarely see each other. We see each other every year. She comes here or I go there every other year, and but we talk every single Sunday on Messenger, and I've always hated talking on the phone because I never have anything to say, but somehow we managed to talk for at least 45 minutes to an hour about nothing. And it
Welcome to the sofa.
it,
You've been doing it for 3 years.
it amazes me because she'll say, well, what's new with you? I'll say nothing, what's new with you? And she'll say nothing, but somehow we managed to come up with 45 minutes worth of
Yes.
conversation to discuss. And I usually feel energized and much more open after that, and it starts my day off right. And the other thing I'm really grateful for is I found a gym that I really, really enjoy. I never thought I'd be. I'm not a gym rat by any stretch, but it's a physical trainer that has a gym or works out of a gym, and I've been doing some weight training, and I've really developed some muscular definition in this body that is really that muscular. And even though it's hard to get up and be there at 6 o'clock 3 days a week, I
Wow.
managed to do it, and now I'm addicted to it.
Oh, I love it.
In a
Yeah.
good way, in a good
Yeah.
way. So I'm really grateful for Daryl and the
Yes.
gym. And I'm grateful that I have good friends that are there for me, and that we have Sofa Sunday to come and listen to, and I appreciate it.
Aw,
Aw,
thank you.
And you're up.
Sir, you're up.
Sucker.
Congratulations.
Got you. Do it on the microphone.
I would say something I'm grateful for right now is all the opportunities I've been offered recently, especially with schooling and football season. I mean, that just ended, so I was really happy to do that. a track season is the end of the year, so I'm also really excited for that. But like all those just opportunities that have just been flying my way through school or just through other means, I'm probably really grateful for those.
Oh, that's
Aw.
lovely, Eddie.
Nice.
That's because you're such a good guy.
Yes.
Oh, we had to put you in the house.
Yeah, and we're so grateful for you, True.
We are grateful
You
that you
know,
were
like
here.
when Trey was doing everything and then became, a grown up and
Adult.
left us, having you and Larry come in and join us was such an awesome thing. Thanks for having more children.
You're welcome.
And, but I will say that, like, I have so enjoyed watching you grow and when you join in with us, and anybody that's ever been in our classes that you've participated always says the same thing. It's so awesome to see kids that have grown up in New Thought have that experience and be able to be people of substance very early on. I wish I knew what you knew, at that age.
Like I
So,
said, I'm thankful for the opportunities.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah, I agree with that about you, and I wish you did realize how much we do appreciate your input. So I'm really glad that your headphones weren't with you today, because I don't think you realize, like, we're older than you, so you have a different perspective. And so when you bring in your thoughts and your feelings when you share, it really is, we are all taking that in too. So it's like a full circle for us, and I don't think young kids realize that their words are just as important. And he has his own ideas and thoughts about the universe and about how the world works, and it's fascinating. It's not just, well, my mom said this and this is how I think.
Right.
He
Yeah.
has his own thinking, and didn't Ernest Holmes always say that? Like, never just take what someone else is saying for your truth. Know your truth for yourself. So even though he's telling me something, I'm like, well, I wanted so bad to say, well, that's not how I'm like, I just kept explaining, well, this is where my thinking is, but I have to honor that that's your truth and that you have the right to figure that out for yourself. And I love that he's already there doing that at 15.
Yeah.
That just makes, I don't think Lyric does that yet, but it is such a blessing to have this young man doing that already. So it's very
All
cool.
that does is sleep.
Oh, all Lyric does is sleep. Okay, yes, that's true.
I have to say, because I've never really said this, if I were 50 years younger, he would be on my radar, because
Yes.
he is you are an awesome human being. For such a young age, you're very mature, and you just have a great outlook on life. And I just really, really love coming in and seeing you sitting there, because you're just so sweet. I don't want to embarrass you or anything, but I
No, it's okay.
really like you a lot.
I
You're
appreciate
awesome.
it. I appreciate it a lot.
Yeah, he's a good person. And I can see as we grow, like, you may get older, but my hope and my dreams for our ministry is that we get to a place where we have a whole crew. And I just can see True being like, he runs the whole
Yeah.
thing. Even though he's gonna do other things with his life, he may come in and just be like, I just own this, because I've done this from day one. I know what everybody's supposed to be doing, and I just make sure my mom and Rev Jeannie are good, and I'm out, but I can just see you still being a part of all of this, because you just understand this so well. Like, you just know everything. Like, if something's not working, he goes, I got you.
Yeah, I got you. Because as everyone who watches us knows, sometimes we have technical issues.
I'm sorry, we every time have technical issues.
And he's got some leadership quality. You
Yeah.
He really does, you're right.
You can tell you've got true leadership.
He really
qualities
does.
already.
And he's only
Yeah.
15, and I
Yeah.
think he's still starting to recognize that.
Right.
Right, and stepping into
Yeah,
it.
he's starting to
Yeah.
feel that, starting to see it.
And this is what happens when you just bring your earpod case and not earpods.
That's right.
You
So
get to hear how great you are.
I hope you
Yeah.
do that next week or next time you're here.
I'll
Yeah.
try. I'll try to forget.
I'll try to forget.
He's in my youth group way back when.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah,
You're in
exactly.
his youth group.
Yeah. Christian's taking credit now.
Just a
Yeah.
little bit. Just a tad.
Because you're like, oh yeah, well, I taught him.
Yeah.
Yeah, everything he does.
Speaking of Christian's youth
Oh my
group,
gosh, Christian.
he's so great. I want to talk about that for a second. Talk about every good thing. I remember the videos that you would do for the youth group and stuff, and it was amazing, and I so appreciated all of that.
I can't wait to have a youth group again.
I know.
I'm so ready for that. Where are the children?
Yes,
Where are the
bring
children?
children.
Bring me
the
Bring me the children. We want a youth group.
We want a youth group.
I want
yeah.
little kids parades.
Oh,
want
so that
them
we can
coming
bring
up
them
here
up.
sharing what they learned about
Yeah.
today.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
cute.
Yeah,
I
we're
used to
ready.
love that. Yeah.
We're ready
I used
for
to
that.
love that
Well,
too.
because they were so cute.
They were.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
What was it? What else was
What
I
are you
going to
grateful
say?
for?
I was thinking about something. Oh, I wanted to talk about my class that I'm in with
Which
Dr.
one?
James, the consciousness studies.
Oh, hold on. Do you all remember that Rev Jeannie is getting her doctorate now? So
Yes, I'm getting my
Yeah.
doctorate
Very
in
exciting.
consciousness
Yeah.
studies, which is not as
Yeah.
because Christian is working on his PhD currently.
oh no, it's different, and
yeah.
it's with
Yeah.
Dr. James Mellon, which is like a
Dr.
whole
James
other
Mellon is
deep dive thing that he
yeah,
does.
so he's one of the things, we're only a couple weeks in. It's a 30-week class, and we're 2 weeks.
But you'll have it
30?
when this is done, right?
It's
You'll have
well,
it after the TED,
after the
the
project.
yes.
Yeah, and I have a year to do the project,
We're gonna have it
whether
next
it's
year,
a
guys.
dissertation, a book,
We're
or
gonna have it next
whatever.
year.
So,
Next
okay,
year.
someday I'll finish the sentence.
Over the rainbow.
Okay, so what I was going to say. So Dr. James said, question everything, right? Because I wanted to get back to that because when you were talking about True having his own, thought process, and
Yes,
as a
yes.
parent, it's like, well, yeah, but, and I also, with my daughter more so, because she grew up in the rooms of Alcoholics Anonymous. So at this point, right, like my whole world was about the 12 steps. And for those who are not 12 steppers, it's basically your power is sober alcohol, your life's become unmanageable, get a God you can do business with, take inventory of what's wrong in your life and what's good. Take responsibility for all these things, make amends for them, and continue to do this process daily because it's the way to be a good human. Seek through prayer and meditation to improve your contact with the God of your understanding, and then carry that message to other people.
Good job.
So, thank you.
Good summary.
That's it, right? So, with that, and especially as a single mom, I mean, I was married, but I was a single mom because I was married to a Navy man who was out, right? So she had to come with me to a lot of meetings. So she heard a lot of things that 5-6-year-olds probably should not hear. But what she also heard wasn't necessarily always the mess. It was the message, and so did my stepchildren as they were growing up as well. And there would be time periods where they would say things to me like, you need a meeting. Have you called your sponsor? Have you done your 4th step? Like they would say these things to me because they knew what they were. And there were time periods I was like, are you kidding me right now? You are going to be on my next amends list, okay? Because I'm going to hurt you, So growing up in that realm, in that world, she had a different perspective on a God of her understanding and how to practice spirituality that wasn't the same as mine. And so there were time periods when she would discuss things and how she saw them that I would be like, well, that's not how I see it, but wow.
It's interesting.
Yeah, like, okay, I get that. I get how you got there, and then that helped me open up to different aspects of my spirituality and not be so, because I grew up Catholic. So, and there's so much I love about Catholicism. I'm a ritual person, right? I love order and ritual and things to do in whatever, and I love the smell of incense and ashes on my head, whatever. I love this. And losing that to open my mind to greater aspects of spirituality was hard for me. So to me, I still go to some of those areas, but now with a knowing, because I did question. I did question what's this about and do I believe and is this something? And I question Ernest, do I believe what he, and there that part in the book where he talks about like, put it in practice, see if it works for you. And I recommend that to everybody. You want to know about spiritual mind treatment? I'll talk to you about spiritual mind treatment. I'll do spiritual mind treatment with you. And
Which is an affirmative way of praying, in case you don't know what that means.
right, and I will help you through those steps of spiritual mind treatment or affirmative prayer. And that is up to you if you accept, believe, and embody that. Right. So
Yeah.
I think that each person's spiritual development and growth is an individual thing, not to be handed down from your parents or told to you from your ministers or, picked up in a book, right? This is each of us gets to decide and create and have that experience for ourselves, which is an amazing, talk about something good in my life, which is an amazing thing to have.
I agree with that. I'm grateful that my mom was that way too, allowing me to explore. I come from a Catholic father and a Jewish mother, who then became a Christian. So we had all kinds of, we celebrated every holiday.
Good deal.
We got to do everything. It was so fun. And so to have everybody just be kind of open to everybody's belief, no one was like, sure, well, what? That's not how we believe. Like nobody was arguing about it. They just celebrated everybody's celebrations. So it was really cool to grow up as a child in that. And so I know that's why I'm so open to what my kids think. And Jordan, my oldest, who was 33, he went through foundations and did all that work with me. And when he was 15, when he was this age, he went through the foundations class. Youngest, I think, foundations person that CLF had ever had. It was like such a thing. And by the time he went to college, or when he went to college, though, his mind shifted. He doesn't even know that he believes spiritually that way. I think he still has some remnants of some things. So I'm very careful what I say. So sometimes he'll say something like, I want to go, and that's the religious science that you learn. But I can't do that because if he identifies that it came from me, it's something, I think he wants to be his own person. So I'll just say, oh yeah, I love that. I like what you're saying there. I can agree with that or whatever. I'm just careful how I respond. But it is interesting. And I remember one of my older half sisters who said that when she grew up Catholic, went to college, did not believe in God. And then, so for a long time, she didn't have any religion, didn't believe in it, whatever. Because I think that happens in college a lot, is that the kids start to have all these different thoughts, right?
Yeah.
And then when she went back to school to become a doctor, she's a doctor. So when she went back to become a doctor, and the first time she had to work on a cadaver, and she saw what we are like on the inside, she said, I was like, oh gosh, there's no way there's not a God. Like, that just didn't happen by some, evolutionary, like, no way. It brought her right back into her belief, the connection with God. She's felt that and saw that. So I just think, we all have our own journey, and there's so many different paths to our understanding of who and whose we are and what we're made of and what we're here to do. It's like you can't go tell somebody else what theirs is.
Right.
Because that's not going to ever work. We have ours is ours and yours is yours, and that's it. So I like when True let me know that he's been feeling all these things, and I like what he had to say. Most of it, some of it, I was just like, well, that's not a look. It's like, Michelle, it doesn't have to align with you. Knock it off. It doesn't have to be your alignment. But that he's exploring it, that he's asking that, because my biggest fear would be that my children don't have any questions about God, about the source of where they come from. That would be the worst, I think. So that they are exploring that and feeling that to where they are asking and exploring, I love good. That's what we all should be doing.
Yeah.
Recognizing that there's something going on here. And what is it? That's wonderful.
Right, exactly. I think that questioning in general, right? Question, your faith. Question your leaders. Question your thought process, your feelings, right? Questioning does not equate doubt.
Right.
Right?
Right.
Like that's, I think, something, especially if we're talking to our elders as younger people and we want to say, look, I want to know more about this, whatever this is, that doesn't mean I don't believe. I just want to know more. I want to open up, being open at the top, which is a Ernest Holmes tenet, to be expansive in our thought process, to never close the door on spirituality and the reality that we live in as spiritual beings in this human form. And I think that a lot of times it's very easy for people to shut that down because, I got too many things to do, right? I got bills to pay. I got people to see. I've got a job to do. I have papers to finish. I have whatever, kids to raise. I don't have time for your woo-woo, and I'm telling you, woo-woo is going to save your ass. It's woo-woo that I turn to when I'm not knowing where to go, what to do, how to feel, right? My spiritual practices are what ground me in if I had nothing else this day but this breath and my faith that I would be okay.
Right.
And I need that. I need to know that no matter what.
I love that. I agree. Yeah, it's what gets us through everything, that connection, that truth of what we are and whose we are. We can just at least have that acknowledgement. Then have the questions. I love the be open at the top. I think that's, and I love how you said that's not that you necessarily doubt it. It's that you're exploring that. I think when I was first really starting to recognize religious science was how I was believing in the beginning, it was very uncomfortable to talk to a Christian because I could get round in circles with that and I didn't know how to defend myself or whatever. I no longer feel that way because I know that I know that I know. I know what is my truth and what is mine. I'm not just, following whatever someone has told me and said, oh yeah, I agree with that. And I agree with it because I know that I agree with that in my core.
Right.
And so I can speak to that at any time now because I actually have gotten that for myself through questions, through understanding and comprehending. So it's not necessarily that you doubt anything, it's that I want to know for myself, not just because you told me, not just because I read this and it said it was so, but because at my core I know. It aligns with me all the way. And so then I know that when I'm moving, it's because it's how I'm moving, not because I'm following you around.
Right.
So that's brilliant. And I love seeing it. I love having those brain conversations with anybody around it at any time. I agree with you 100%. I love that. It's just the knowledge that there's nothing wrong with questioning. We're not here to just follow each other around.
No.
It's not what we came here to do.
We're here to help each other grow.
Amen,
right?
sister.
And
Amen,
that's
sister.
part of it, right?
And we're here to help you create a life you love.
Exactly. And so I guess it's about that time because I think this is one of those subjects I could talk all day about.
All day. You want to be here all day?
It is funny. I was talking about us the other day and I was like, there was a point where Michelle and I thought, well, what if we run out of something to say? Could you believe we actually thought that at some point?
That is never obviously going to
Could have
happen.
happened. It's just not. But
It would have happened by now.
it probably.
I know, isn't that funny?
Yeah.
And even as you talk, I always have to have something with me because I get tons of hits and I didn't have to today because I really flowed with you on this today, but there's so many times where I'm jotting down things because I can't concentrate because I get, say this, talk about this, what about this? It's okay, can I listen for a minute, please? Because there's so much, and it just keeps happening. So I guess we'll be here another year.
We'll be here another year. Yeah, we're working on that. All
Excited.
right.
Yay. Anything else? Do you guys want to add anything else? You feel good?
Good.
Okay. Okay. Well then, I'll let you pray us out.
All right, sounds good. So in the sound of this divine, knowing and affirming that we are all individuations of this God, of this universal life force energy, of this quantum field of possibility. And that in this, we have just experienced what our hearts needed most. And as we leave here, I know that we are blessed. That each and every person that we come in contact with throughout this week, that we know the good that they are in our life, whether it's apparent or not. That we feel and experience everything that is for our spirit to feel and experience. And that this is done for the good of all. And so I send blessings to each person here, each person that listens later, to our leaders and teachers of all faiths, cities and states, and countries everywhere, knowing that they are divinely guided, guarded, and protected in everything and in every way. And for this, I am so grateful. I am grateful for this time, so I let it go, and I call it good. And together we say,
And
so it is.
Oh my gosh. Very good. Very good.
Ah,
Well, listen, if you felt spiritually fed by what we talked about today, if you feel connection with what we're doing here on the sofa, we would love for you to be a part of it. We would love to see you here in person because we are growing this community for all of us to participate in. So show up, be here, be present, bring your friends with you, invite visitors to our in-person gathering. You can also watch us online. Definitely, if you're not local, we would love to have you online here with us. Please, if you do that, please like, share, comment, put little fun gifts in there. Subscribe to this feed here. That way that YouTube and Facebook and Instagram, they all know that we've got some stuff going on and they'll start to share us too. We are Sofa Sundays, private, or not private group, but the Sofa Sundays group on Facebook, and we're also Sofa Sundays on Instagram if you're watching us here on YouTube. But please participate however you can.
yes, and if you would like to participate financially, go to beginwithinministries.com. There's a donate button. You can make a one-time donation or join us as a spiritual church club partner. And that is $45 for individual or $75 for couple or family. And that helps us bring the message, and you know, you get a beautiful mug shot. You get a mug, you get our classes, you get a charm, you get our classes for free if Michelle or I teach, and you also get a discount on anything else that we do with other individuals. And you are part of our daily good and gratitude.
Definitely.
We so appreciate our partners for everything that they do for us.
We really do. And our partners all get our new next year's books. And remember that we are celebrating 3 years.
3 years, going into our fourth, yes.
Going into our fourth. Are we doing it the first Sunday of December? Right?
Yes,
The first Sunday of December.
which is December 7th.
That's right. So we'll have a little hot chocolate social afterwards. Did we sign on that?
I think so. So we did now.
Yeah. So there you go. We're gonna have a little fun, some goodies, and some fun time together. And then our partners will get their books hopefully. And so we would love to see you here. Celebrate with us that we have plenty to say, and that we will. And then you can help us bless our next year because that will have more to say.
And next week we have a guest on the
Say
sofa
what?
with us, both
With us,
here.
yes.
We have a guest. Her name is Michelle, and she is a medium, channeler, a psychic, and a conscious cook.
Oh, I like that.
So that sounds amazing. Come in here next week on the sofa.
Yes, be with
more
us.
about all that.
Who is it?
Her
Yes.
name is Shell. She's I don't know her last name.
SHEL.
She's conscious cooking, like so about the consciousness of
Okay.
our
Yeah.
food and you know how it's
I would
prepared.
hope she wouldn't be like an unconscious cook.
Well,
Oh, look at
that's
look
true.
at look at
but sometimes we do cook
So
unconsciously.
so
You know, we
clever.
just throw it in a pan and there
And
it
let
is.
go. And you know, it's okay if you eat too much on Thanksgiving, we can roll you in. The door's a good size, we can
It's
just,
a good size
these doors open up double, we can
That's
get you.
right.
Don't worry,
Don't
just
worry.
get your bottoms down here. It's
Yeah,
good.
if you eat
We have
to
big size
unconsciousness.
chairs, so we can roll you in and you can sit down. Yeah, you'll be fine here on the sofa with us, so we'll see you next
We'll
week.
see you next week. Bye-bye.
Bye, happy Thanksgiving.
Thanks for watching. Tune in again next week at 11:11 a.m. Pacific Time, or Monday evening at 7 p.m. Mountain Time. In partnership with New Thought Media Network.